Hi, for those who don't know me, I'm Luz. I started with DFD as a volunteer 3 years ago, and a year and a half ago, I believe, we decided to start the student club chapter at U of T St. George. So me and my co-president, who is not here, we started the club, and it's been a little bit hard to get people to know us, but it's really exciting to see all the events that we can start doing and how we can get more people involved.
Good. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm Nandini. I'm currently a third-year student at the University of Guelph. I started off with DFD, I think March 2018, and I actually wanted to volunteer, and I never got to the volunteering part. So I gave him my application, and then that's how I connected with Mike and Andrew. And then from there, it went on to the conversation of starting a student club at Guelph. So I'm actually the president for the student club at the University of Guelph, and that's what I do. And so the club actually started at University of Guelph just September, so it's only been around for about a semester. But it's doing pretty good, and it's getting a really positive feedback from everyone that comes out and comes to our events and stuff. So it's been good, and I hope that in the coming year that it can be bigger and better.
Yeah, and just to add some information about what we do in the student clubs. For U of T St. George, we organize the monthly development works, which are talks. We have an invited speaker to talk about. They come in and talk about international development and in general their experience. And we also have fundraising events, which they also host some fundraising events at Guelph. So we started talking about what we do in our respective university, and it's really interesting to see what works for a group.
For one, and it doesn't usually work for the other.
Yeah.
So it's really different because the populations are so different, because University of Guelph students are they're staying there, and it's such a small campus that everyone has to pass through this one area just to get everywhere. Whereas U of T is so much bigger. Some things that work for us that are like some events that we run might not work for her, and then some that work for her, but her club might not work for our club. So it's just, yeah, that's basically what we talked about. Just like a recap of like events that we did previously. We did at the University of Guelph, our first event that we did was actually a balloon pop. So where we have like a darts, so it's kind of like a darts game where you kind of pop the balloon, and we got really good kind of like donations from like Amazon. We got a printer, a bunch of Cineplex tickets, some other like hospitality gift cards and stuff. So I was talking to her, and I let her know that, you know, incentives is such a big thing to running a fundraiser, because like if you can get some really good incentives to give away, I feel like it draws more attention to what we're actually trying to support. And the second event we did was just a good old bake sale, so that went really well. But also the strong emphasis that we had to put on presentation for both of those was really important, because as we were discussing that, like, people wouldn't really go up to something if it didn't look visually appealing from a distance. So just kind of focusing really hard on presentation was really important at the University of Guelph, and that's something we exchanged. So maybe she could take that to her club and then kind of introduce that idea. Yeah. And then, do you want to talk about the dates for this?
Yeah, so Kimberly, one of our students back in Nicaragua, she is part of, these events they host in different communities in rural Nicaragua that are called Days for Girls. So we're planning to get some money from these fundraising events to help them host some extra days for girls events. So yeah, we're looking into maybe even doing a bigger event between the two student clubs.
Like collaborating and doing something on a bigger scale. Maybe not so much with like the university population, maybe at a different location where we could have a bigger crowd come around, and that would be a better idea. And we'd have obviously more helping hands, so it would make it easier.